Welcome back, everybody. Joe Everest, the fence expert. Hey, one of the most common pieces of feedback we get about the Saturday morning live Ask the Expert segment is those things are long, and they're not wrong. They last about 3 hours, 2.5 to 3 hours. Sometimes, a few weeks ago, Caleb and I got into a pretty good discussion about marketing. I think it lasted closer to 4 hours. Nobody's got time to sit through 4 hours of listening to a couple experts talk. I get it. So Jeremy's created a new segment just for you guys called Hot Takes. It's usually a shorter segment of the longer conversation, basically hitting the hot topics, if you will, of that live segment. So without further ado, here comes this week's Hot Take. 1. How many nails do you put in supports for all wood fences? I use 3 1/4 inch ring shank galvanized to put at least 2 nails in each end of the 2x4, sometimes 3 in the middle 2x4. Well, so we use a steel postmaster post, but the question still stands, how many fasteners per 2x4? We'll do 2 on the ends. So we'll run post to post with the 2x4s. And this relates to a question, your follow-up question. So we'll put 2 in either end of the 2x4. We don't span post with 2x4s. I understand the argument for it. You use 16-foot 2x4s and you offset your joints. More than likely a stronger fence. Completely understand. For repairs, it's a nightmare. And I don't know that the additional strength you get is worth the additional cost in the future to try to repair that fence. So we don't span post with the 2x4s, but 2 fasteners per 2x4 per end is the answer. Four fasteners per 2x4. Hope that made sense. Then your follow-up is, how important is it to use a 14 to 16-foot 2x4 to connect every other wood post across the top? I normally just use 8-foot 2x4s and go post to post, and I've never had a problem. Same. I mean, that is our process. Now, there are plenty of guys out there that would like to have this debate, and that's fine, that say spanning posts and offsetting your joints makes for a stronger fence. And I can understand that, right? So you don't have your fail. So they would say the joints are the fail point, which they're probably not wrong. Like that probably is a point of failure. And so they're offsetting the points of failure. So for every post, you would have, depending on the post, you either have a top joint and a bottom joint with the middle 2x4 spanning or vice versa. In your question, it looks like the top 2x4 would be the spanning 2x4. So maybe the middle and the bottom would not span. I'm not sure. Haven't seen that, but everybody does it differently. And guys, here's the thing. So we were recently at a free training event in Richmond at a Chesterfield Fence in Richmond, Virginia. And we had this conversation a lot that there's no one way. Right. There is no, this is the way, and this is the only way. And if you don't do it this way, your fence is, going to be falling apart in no time. It's going to be imperfect or anything like that. There's not one way. Right. So the way that works for you, if it's worked for you for many, many years and you've had great success with it and it fits for your region, that's probably the best way to build fence in your area for you, following your process. Now, can we share with other people our process? Sure. Maybe they're looking to improve it. And that's really the big thing about these training events is it gets a bunch of fence guys and gals and stain guys and gals in the same room talking about different types of fence, right? Or how they do fence or their tips and tricks on speeding up the fence or making it more efficient or making a higher quality, building a better fence. That's our way. Our way is we don't span posts because when it comes to repairs, the repairs are faster, i.e. less expensive, or therefore less expensive for the client because we have less man hours in fixing this fence and making it whole again, right? So would a fence be stronger spanning 2x4s? Very well could be. I can understand how that would happen or how that would be justified. But I don't know that the additional strength is worth the additional cost in the future of trying to repair that fence. Say if a limb falls on it or car drives through it, whatever the repair need is, one guy's answer, right? So guys in the chat, why don't you let us know, do you span those of you that build wood fence, do you span the 2x4s across every other post or do you use 16-foot 2x4s or do you use 8-foot 2x4s? Be an interesting discussion to have. All right, guys, that concludes this week's Hot Take. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you like the format? Do you not like the format? Let me know in the comments below. We're still figuring this out, and we could use your help. But for now, I'm Joe Everest, the fence expert, reminding you that good fences make good neighbors. And I'll see you next time.